Hey everybody, it's your boy Chris, aka Mr. Fantastic, and in this video we're going to be unboxing my new setup, and I'll be doing a review of the GoPro Hero 7 Black. We have a few things going on here. Also, don't play with knives. Be careful with these things. I'm Medieval Scout. I'm certified. But, pro tip, always cut away from yourself and keep your knife sharp. A sharp knife is far safer than a dull knife. Keep that in mind. But, I am still waiting on the adapter for the mic for the GoPro. Because GoPros are fun because they don't have audio jacks in them. Oh, the bubbles are deflated. I don't really like playing with those. Oh, okay. So here we have the adapter that we're going to use for the microphone to put on the housing. Give me 1 second. Gonna be using this housing here for the GoPro Hero 7 Black to put on our GorillaPod, as well as it has this nice lens cap. See that, as well as I mainly wanted to get it for this shoe mount for the shotgun mic, so that's what we'll be using, and this adapter will be used for the shotgun mic to mount onto the housing. This, get out of here. This should be the camera, I think, so let's check that out. I'm pretty sure this is the camera, and this is going to be the mic, but only one way to find out. Let's open it up. By the way, this video is not sponsored by GoPro, but I would love to be sponsored by GoPro. That would be awesome. I love their products. Been using GoPro for a long time. Oh, there it is. Rechargeable battery. And here is the Hero 7 Black. Should we unbox? I should have live streamed this. Next time I do an unboxing, I'll announce it, and I'll do a live stream. So you guys can actually, you guys can get a more interactive feel of what's going on. You can decide what I'll do next, and then I can make the review separate video. I'll keep that in mind for next time for you guys. It's packaging peanuts in it. And what is this? Packaging slip. I don't like how they use packaging peanuts, but I guess it's good for presentability because I can do this. And now I have a mess in my room, but it is what it is. Oh, the Video Micro Rode microphone. Okay, now yeah, this is the mic. Let's just get to the part we really want and open the camera. Such a weird box. It has a plastic. I mean, it's really cool looking with the display and everything, but now I need to take off. It's like a slide off or something. Ah, there's this little part on the bottom you peel off. Okay, I love the sleek, like matte look of it, rather than like these. I don't know, the whole clear casing in the old ones is. I've gotten tired of it. It's kind of tacky now in comparison. So I like the way they're going with their design. There's the adhesives, adhesive mounts you can put on helmets. There's like curved ones you can put on the top of your helmet, or you can put on your surfboard. There's the battery. We have our extra battery here. And now we take the camera off of the. Oh whoa! Oh, need to take off this thing back here, so you can take it off the mount, off the display. Wow, they really improved the quality on this stuff. I mean, it was good quality to begin with, but like this is good quality materials. I love the quality of materials that GoPro uses. Everything's really sturdy. It's like a Jeep. It's built strong. One thing that GoPro made that broke on me, the only thing on this old casing, if you look at it, this flap right here is metal. This is an aftermarket piece I had to buy off Amazon. This part on my original case broke off because it's plastic and the hinge just totally broke on me. That's the only thing that's ever broke on me out of the box from GoPro. And it happened, it might have been my fault, and it happened after having the camera for like a solid year or so or something, at least I think actually. The camera itself, for the most part, I believe, is waterproof because this casing, it's just a frame, so you can put it, so you can mount it. The camera itself is essentially water resistant, as long as everything that's in it is close. So like this little flap here, where it has all your ports, unless, I don't know, I haven't messed with one of these before now I think about it. How do you open this? So yeah, has the charging port, right? And a micro HDMI, which I did not know was a thing. So it just has two buttons, got the power button and the record button, which I assume you would also, yeah, the power button is also the mode button. So it goes in this way. Yeah. Thing. There it is, there's the beeping. Wow. Ooh, it has a little presentation when you open it. And wow, this display is incredible. Okay, so the micro SD looks like it goes right above the battery. So let's do that really quick. Let's unbox the micro SD. Looks like it goes in this way. So let's see how it fits with the housing, and let's set this all up. Alright, so here's a real-time demo of the of using the GoPro Hero 7 Black in a vlogging experience in real time. I'm also doing this with my full setup, so the audio that you're getting right now is from the Rode Micro, as well as I do have a UV filter on the camera, but besides that, everything you see here is from the GoPro Hero 7. I'm just meeting up right now with Jackson. We're gonna go do an EX raid to get Defense Form Deoxys. It's been quite some time since like I even talked about Pokemon Go on this channel. I used to do Pokemon Go vlogs like every day, but I stopped doing it because I don't really want this channel to be Pokemon Go oriented. It's just an interest of mine. And it's a consistent part of my lifestyle, but it's not an important part of my lifestyle, and I didn't want to convey the idea that I'm a Pokemon Go YouTuber or vlogger rather than just a lifestyle vlogger or someone that's focusing on their company. I mean, the whole point of this is more my company. But anyway, we're just waiting on Jackson, and we'll see what we can do with this footage. Welcome back, boy. It's been a while since you've been on camera. Yeah. Okay. This should be starting any moment now. Yeah, we made it just in time for the hatch. People like immediately dropped in. It's a full lobby, 20 people, and it's a pretty decent amount from each team too. Really diverse group. I like it. But I have the gym, and we're best friends. Gotta catch this shit. Better catch this shit.
I think I have a Mewtwo that knows Night Slash.
What? What?
Yeah, it's pretty shit.
Why do you have a Mewtwo that knows Night Slash?
It's pretty shit.
That's not even like... That's not even an option.
Really?
I mean, like... Is it actually? It shouldn't be.
No?
Even if it is, I wouldn't use it. Alright, let's see if we can catch this thing, and also I want to see if I can get a pretty decent AR photo of it. It's 12:46. I have 15 tries to get it. How's it going? Get it yet?
Yeah, I caught it.
Sweet! Alright, so we got ours, we got the defense form, and now we are 3 out of 4 of the forms of Deoxys. So I just dropped off Jackson. Now I need to go home and get ready for work. But that was I just wanted to show you guys like what it's like, or what it looks like vlogging with the GoPro. I will see you guys in the review. I guess it's about time I actually get into the meat of this video. So, in review, well, first thing I want to say is that the GoPro Hero 7 Black is probably, I think it's easily the best GoPro ever made. It's definitely one of the best action cameras in the market right now, I think. As well as you can see, you don't need to use it for just action, because I'm using it as a, for my vlogging setup. Now, that's also because I'm on a budget. If it were up to me, I'd rather be using a DSLR, just so that way I have more options to get shadowed at the field and stuff like that. But if you're in a similar situation and you just want to be out telling stories, starting your own YouTube channel or something, and you're on a bit of a budget, this could be a pretty good setup for you as well, especially if you want to look at being able to mess with different frame rates and resolutions and stuff like that you can't really do on your cell phone, which cell phone cameras are also great to use, but if you're trying to get yourself exposed to cameras, and this isn't a bad place to start. So first of all, let's get into the features. So there's a few different modes on this camera. I think only one of which is new to this camera. The rest are coming from the older GoPros. So of course you have video, photo, and time-lapse mode, and in video you also have looping video. So looping video is pretty interesting. You can set the looping to different time intervals, where basically the camera will be recording you for a certain amount of time, and if the camera is left alone after that amount of time, it'll override the footage it took and then continue recording in that same allotted time. So let's say you put a time interval of 5 minutes, the camera will record for 5 minutes, and once those 5 minutes are up, it'll it'll override those 5 minutes of footage and continue recording for another 5 minutes unless you stop it. It's just a good way to, I guess it could be a similar use of like a time lapse in terms of showing the passing of time or progress being done on something. Like let's say if you're learning a new skill, like let's say you're using this for skateboarding or surfing footage or something, and you only want to capture certain moments, you can just put it on looping video, so that way you save time and space on your SD card and time later in post when you're going through all your clips to see which ones you actually want to use. You can just continue recording, and once you finally get a good moment, you can just stop recording, and then you'll have that clip saved at that moment. You can continue looping the video afterwards. That way you only have those moments you want, and all the other video is already deleted for you. Aside from that, there's just the standard video format, which you can change in the Pro Tune for your. You can customize your ISO. You can choose your frame rates and resolutions. Also, something interesting you'll probably notice when you first get the camera is that you can switch between 16:9 and 4:3 aspect ratio. When I first opened the camera, it was in 4:3 aspect ratio. Also, something that's pretty great about this camera in comparison to the older ones is how high frame rates you can get with certain resolutions, as well as, of course, the hyper stabilization. The stabilization on this camera is incredible. I mean, I could adapt it to a gimbal, but that only will give me another piece of equipment to carry around. So like with that stabilization, it's great that I can just keep it on the GorillaPod and not to worry about it. I can just press the button and start shooting no matter what it is. But yeah, anyway, I forgot to mention frame rates and resolutions. So depending on what resolution you'll be in, obviously you can only use certain frame rates, but the frame rates that this camera records in are 24, 30, 60, 120, and 240. Now I think for most, if not all of the resolutions, 120 and 240 are not hyper stabilized. It'll just be standard stabilization on those frame rates. As well as, of course, like I said, certain resolutions can get certain frame rates. So say you're recording in 4K, you can only get up to 60 frames per second. Same thing for 2.7K, you can only go up to 120. And then I think at really low resolutions, you can't record at really low frame rates. So let's say you're recording at 720 or 960, you likely won't be able to record in 24 frames per second, which some of that is a little bit limiting in comparison to some other cameras out there. But if you're trying to spend $400 on a camera that is versatile enough for you, It can be really good in certain situations cinematically. There's definitely a good amount of options on this camera. As well as you can change the field of view on it between linear, wide, and super view. As well as a great feature on this camera that's not on most of the older GoPros is that you could actually zoom in. That's one feature that I love about it, is it can actually zoom in on things, because working with my old GoPro Hero 4, it was just so annoying that the best I can get is just linear, because everything is just so wide. Another great part of it is that you can turn the distortion off and you don't have the fisheye. Aside from that, the other features, so you have the time, so one thing that's pretty cool is that they introduced time warp, which is essentially time lapse, only you have more frames within that lapse, so it's much smoother than a time lapse. I'll probably still use time lapses for certain situations. It's really just your choice, but time warp really looks pretty incredible for how smooth it is in comparison. And just like any time lapse settings on a camera, you can change the time intervals with that between 0.5 seconds, a second, 5 seconds, and 10 seconds, and I think even 15 and 20 seconds, 60 seconds. As well as there's the night lapse photo and time lapse photo. And this camera also has much better low light than the previous GoPros. Another thing that I really love about it is how great it records in low light in comparison to most other action cameras ever made. Oh, I forgot to mention, you also still have the option of burst photo. So in burst photo is great for when you're trying to capture a photo of certain moments. Say you're doing snowboarding or skateboarding or something, and you really want to get that photo in midair or something. You can use burst photo to get those precise moments for whatever you might want to capture. So just make sure I get everything. So you have the video setting, looping video, you have time warp, time lapse, you have time lapse photo and night lapse photo, as well as you have photo and burst photo. And as far as resolutions and frame rates, you can choose between 4:3 aspect ratio and 16:9 aspect ratio, and 4:3 of 960, 1440, 2.7K, and 4K. So yeah, 16:9 you have 720, 1080, 2.7K, 4K. Let's talk about the audio. The audio on the camera is better than ever before, better than any GoPro before. Let me demonstrate how much better it is now. This is what the GoPro Hero 4 Silver sounds like in its waterproof housing. This is what the GoPro Hero 4 Silver sounds like when it's out of its housing on a gimbal. This is what the GoPro Hero 7 Black sounds like on its own. This is what the video micro Rode mic sounds like in RAW. And this is what it sounds like after I've edited my audio in post the way I normally do. Now, the audio on all these GoPros aren't necessarily spectacular, but I do think the Hero 7 Black is noticeably better. It does have more mics on it. As well as it has two modes. There's auto, and there's a wind mode, which makes the mics less sensitive to wind whenever you're recording outside on a windy day. It's really annoying to get that wind coming in and ruining your audio. You might also notice that with also being an auto, that in the beginning or the end of the clip, with you talking to the camera in RAW, it might be slightly muffled at the beginning or the end of the clip, as I'm sure you noticed in the clip you just saw. But nonetheless, I do think that the audio is noticeably better on this camera in comparison to previous GoPros. It's still not incredible, professional quality, but it's something that can be worked with, and it's definitely an improvement. But anyway, that should be it for the review. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, links are in the description for our website, Patreon, and our social media outlets, and my Twitch channel. I'll be streaming on there Saturday and Sunday for probably a different game every week. As well as on Friday, we have our podcast, which is streamed live on Twitch, Facebook, and not on this YouTube channel, but on the company channel. This is my personal channel. So the links for all of that will be in the description. That's all I have for you. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you next time.